What's up, y'all? Welcome back to My Overly Competitive Life. Once again, I'm Charles Chapman, a coffee-drinking, sports-loving Pacific Northwest native from the greater Seattle, Washington area, transplanted onto the plains of Oklahoma, talking everything sports-related, guys. What a game. That Super Bowl tonight was insane. I'll tell you what. Not the greatest Super Bowl of all time, but definitely up there in terms of a pretty good game. Some questionable calls on there. Not exactly something to blow the course of the whole game, but definitely a few things going, hey, what happened here? But, I mean, still, heck of a game. I had the 49ers, I'll be honest. I picked the Niners. I really thought they were going to get it done, and unfortunately, push came to shove. It happened exactly the way it did not need to go. It became a Chiefs football game, pretty much. We played Chiefs football the entire fourth quarter there. They put the game in Jimmy Garoppolo's hands, and unfortunately, this guy has a reputation of right now, when you put the game in his hands and expect him to win it, he's going to mess up. 2 interceptions in the game, I believe, is what he threw. And yeah, both those came at the end of the game. Made some bad decisions. Didn't move the ball very well. They did not take care of the football, and of course, Patrick Mahomes shines in Chiefs football. He shines in high-scoring affairs. 21 points the Chiefs scored in that fourth quarter, down 20-10, outscoring the 49ers for 21 straight unanswered points to win the game 31-20 going away. Damian Williams, a big instrumental part of that whole thing. 2 touchdowns in the game, about 140 total yards in that entire ball game. He had a receiving touchdown and then a rushing touchdown to seal the deal at the end of the game with about a minute and a half to go, just under a minute and a half to go in the game. And it looked like San Francisco might get some timeouts, save the game, give himself one more shot. Damian goes off left tackle, end zone, touchdown, ball game, it's over. And so, but when I was saying, like I said, questionable calls, not a whole lot of interesting stuff, but things that kind of made me wonder. The offensive pass interference on George Kittle, I gotta say, I felt like that would have been a pretty good no call. I mean, you could have made that a no call and nobody would have cared. But the fact that they say, well, this right here is offensive pass interference, he shoved off to get the separation. Some people, I guess, depending on your perspective of the game, how you're looking at it, you saw the shove off, maybe you didn't. I didn't see exactly enough of a shove off. I felt like both guys had their hands on each other, and it should have just been kind of a no call, in my opinion. But not exactly something to change the course of the game, because that was in the end of the first half of a tie 10-10 game. San Francisco had plenty of time to get another score in before halftime. Before that, they wasted their time, and they waited until like the last 20 seconds of the half to try and say, hey, let's go for it. Let's try to throw this deep ball. And Kyle Shanahan should have been better about calling those plays at the end of the first half if he really wanted to get that score in there instead of waiting until the last 20 seconds of the half. So, not exactly a game changer to have George Kittle get called for offensive pass interference. But, at the end of the day, like people have said before, I firmly believe it. Don't leave the game in the hands of the officials if you want to win the game. The other questionable call I'm kind of curious about, not exactly too much of a game changer, but a head scratcher in my opinion, on that turnover on downs on 4th down in the fourth quarter with 90 seconds to go in the ball game. San Francisco should have been called for a delay of game penalty. That ball was snapped 5 seconds after the play clock hit all zeros, but there was no delay game. Nobody whistled the play dead. Nobody threw a flag, anything like that. There was a flag, but it was for pass interference. But the rule was that the ball was tipped. Therefore, there is no pass interference in that place. Turnover on downs. Kansas City takes over, runs out the clock, or scores that go-ahead touchdown by Damian Williamson, ball game. So a couple of questionable calls there. Not really a whole lot. Interesting game. For the Kansas City Chiefs, I gotta tell you, I picked the 49ers. Like I said, my hat's off to you guys. You guys got it done, and you did it in dominating fashion. You got out that quick lead, which is what you needed to do. Let the San Francisco 49ers come back. They take that 20-10 lead in the third quarter there, and it's kind of, okay, what's happening here? The 10-point lead in the third quarter, into the fourth quarter. What's happening here is it looks like San Francisco's going to win the ball game and get their first Super Bowl title since the 80s. So, But that didn't happen. Patrick Mahomes, Damian Williams, they put the team on their back. They go out there and they get a championship. My thing with that whole thing, and my kudos to them, second largest comeback in Super Bowl history. Two teams have come back from down 10. The Kansas City Chiefs are now the second team to do that. The largest comeback in Super Bowl history was, of course, the New England Patriots down 25. The 28-3 famous deficit they had against the Atlanta Falcons in Georgia. And so, of course, they blow that one. That's the biggest biggest Super Bowl deficit that we overcome. And interestingly enough, okay, there have been three teams, like I said, three teams that have overcome 10-point fourth quarter leads. And that means that three teams that have blown three teams that have blown 10 plus point fourth quarter leads. Kyle Shanahan has been the offensive play caller for two of them. So, wow. And interestingly enough, another statistic, this is thanks to ESPN Stats Group, the guys that dug this up. Really good job, both of these stats. This one here and the next one I'm going to give you here. After the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter, Shanahan's teams will have been outscored a combined 46-0. That includes the overtime in Super Bowl 51. And so, wow. Tell you what, not a good look for Kyle Shanahan. That's something he's gonna have some monkey. He's gonna have to get off his back hopefully soon. My biggest gripe about the game, the MVP. Like I said before earlier today, Patrick Mahomes was the front runner to win the MVP award. Everybody likes the former regular season MVP. They said, well, he's going to go out there and ball out. He's going to win the MVP of the Super Bowl. I was like, no. He's going to have a huge game. And to me, he played well below Patrick Mahomes' standards today. I didn't think he played good enough to win the MVP of the game. So, and if the league did, I really thought Damian Williams should have been the MVP of Super Bowl 54. And, hey, this isn't the first time that a quarterback has gotten credit for his teammates carrying the team to a Super Bowl victory. In 2006, beloved quarterback Peyton Manning made his first Super Bowl. Indianapolis in the rain beats the Chicago Bears and Rex Grossman 29-17 on the backs of two running backs for the Colts who carried the team. The MVP of that game, Peyton Manning. And no disrespect to Peyton. I love Peyton. One of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. But that should not have been his MVP. Much like tonight, it should not have been Patrick Mahomes' MVP. It should have been Damian Williams, in my opinion. Damian had a great game. Two touchdowns, like I said. One receiving, one rushing. That helped. That were a big part of that 21-point comeback. So that should have been the guy that won the MVP, in my opinion. My hat's off. I tell you what, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, my hat's off to former Philadelphia Eagles head coach Andy Reid, who took the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl in 2004 against the New England Patriots. And didn't get the job done. They lose that game to the Patriots. Tom Brady. Very disappointing deal. That was a great team. Terrell Owens, Donovan McNabb. Just a lot of great players. I think Javon Curse was on that team as well. Should have won a Super Bowl. They didn't. They finally get over the hump of NFC Championship. Get to the Super Bowl, they don't win it. But my hat's off to Andy Reid. Congratulations. His 222nd career victory as a head coach earns him his first Super Bowl ring. In his first Super Bowl ring in his second try. So 2 tries at the Super Bowl, 1 win, 1 loss. 222 career wins for Andy Reid. My hat's off to you. Congratulations. He's well-deserved. He's worked hard. And now, this is definitely no doubt, this is the thing that will usher him in towards getting that recognition as one of the pretty good coaches in this game. And maybe he'll get enshrined in the Hall of Fame because of this, because he wins the Super Bowl. But that's not the end of the road for Andy Reid. There are still more chances to win more Super Bowls with this core group of players. Kelsey, Mahomes, Williams, Hill, that defense, these guys. Tyrann Mathieu had a great game tonight. Very big piece to pick it up, the free agent pickup from the Houston Texans last year. Definitely helps them get over the hump from going from the AFC Championship game last year to Super Bowl champs this year. And young core, young group. I think they can definitely do it again. And guys, this is the end of a great season. Exciting. It's almost time for baseball season. I'm ready for that. The NBA is getting ready to go into their first half, into their first half of the season. The All-Star game's coming up pretty soon. But here we go. So NFL season's over, but it's not too early. It's never too early to give your way too early Super Bowl prediction. And I'm going to give you one that probably won't happen, but here's my thoughts. Tom Brady is going to re-sign with the New England Patriots. They're going to go out and they're going to get themselves a Rob Gronkowski-style tight end, either in free agency or the draft. Most likely, preferably the draft is what I think they'll end up getting their guy. I'm not sure who they're going to get, but they'll get their guy who will turn out to be a Rob Gronkowski type tight end that'll be good enough to help them get back to the Super Bowl. And the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees, I think, will be the team they will play in next year's Super Bowl 55. I think the Saints will probably get over the hump of bad luck and bad calls in the playoffs. So my way too early prediction for next year's Super Bowl 55: the New England Patriots and Tom Brady against Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Let's hear yours below. Leave your comments, your thoughts, share with your friends. I'd love to hear who you think is going to be your way too early picks to be at the Super Bowl. And please, people, don't say the Dallas Cowboys. They are not going to get there. But if that's who you think, leave it below. Let me know what you think, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends. Comment below what you think about this thing, thoughts, questions, your Super Bowl predictions for next season. Until next time, peace out, guys. Have a good night.